When people ask me about Park City, do you actually know that 70% of the homes in Park City are actually vacation homes? I know, crazy, right? Actually, this is probably not a huge surprise to a lot of you. 70% of the homes in Park City are vacant or they're second homes. Now, how does this compare to Heber Valley? Heber Valley doesn't have as many second homes or vacant homes. Sure, there's a few, but mostly due to the fact that Midway, you can't do Airbnbs legally in Midway. So anybody that's Airbnbing out a property in Midway is not doing it um, legally. They're doing it illegally. And if they were to get caught, they'd probably have a big fine. And I do know that Heber Valley's starting to outlaw Airbnbs and those types of things because they do not want to turn into Park City. And I know this because my friend, my client, she works for the city. And she's like, yeah, Heber does not want to be like Park City. They don't want to shun out their workforce. They don't want to become this overly expensive place. And so Heber has kind of said, okay, we're going to leave it up to the HOAs regarding whether we want to Airbnb it out. So there's a lot of places in Heber that you can't really do Airbnbs either. So a lot of times if you're staying at Airbnb, you have no idea if it's actually like a legal Airbnb. So 70% of homes in Park City are vacant or second homes. Park City, Utah. Park City and Summit County are facing a significant housing crisis with a desperate need for more affordable housing. And then when they do build affordable housing, it's like stacked on top of each other. And it's like, oh, by the way, here's your studio. It's like we all want like some, like, I'm sure these people want like, they need 3 bedrooms, 2 bedrooms. Like nobody wants to live in a studio. Like they have families. They would like a garage. According to this information shared by the Housing Resource Center and pulled from the 2021 Housing Needs Assessment, over 70% of homes in Park City are either vacant or second homes. Less than 20% of the homes here are owner occupied. I would say the majority of where the local residents live is Summit Park, Pine Brook, Jeremy Ranch, Trailside. Even where I live, my neighborhood has a ton of second homes, like a ton. My street has one second homeowner, and mostly everyone here is uh full-time resident. But the neighborhood that I live by the canyons is mostly second homes. So Park City housing inventory totals up to 10,444 units. 3,399 units are occupied and 7,041 are vacant. Vacant units are due primarily to second homes and recreational use, which accounts for 6,750 or 96% of vacant units. Owner occupied units total 2,230 units, and renter occupied units total 1,169 units. The situation is compounded by the fact that Park City is the only city in Utah where workers outnumber their population. With 11,000 workers compared to just 8,500 residents, it's clear there's a significant demand for not just housing, but affordable housing. They've priced out their workforce. The impact on the community is profound, and over 85% of Park City's workforce must commute to the town for work, either meaning they're driving from Salt Lake, they're driving from Colville, or they're driving from Heber. This not only adds to transportation challenges, which is why our traffic's so bad, but it also affects the overall quality of life. In addition to the cost of living in Summit County is nearly 35% higher than the national average, making it increasingly difficult for families to make ends meet. In fact, the average home price in Park City alone exceeds a staggering $2 million. That is correct, my friend. So when I have people coming here that are like, what can I get for 800K? And I'm like, oh my gosh, what planet do you live on? Nothing, hardly anything. You can get a studio or a 1 bedroom. You can go buy in the hotel pad. Like, and I'm not dissing on people's budgets, but I'm just like almost shocked when people have been watching my channel and they're still clueless. And I'm like, that budget doesn't get you much. Like $2 million gets you a fixer-upper in a lot of neighborhoods. So while the median income for a family of 4 is reported to be 134,700, these numbers can be misinformed as workforce wages are considerably lower. Like teachers, how much are teachers making? Where are they living? How much is our fire department making? Where are they living? How much are police officers making? Where are they living? Where are the people that work at the resorts living that haven't lived here for 30 years and are just literally working at the resort so they can get parking, a free pass, and have something to do twice a week because they're retirees? Park City and Summit County have an average earnings per job of $4,000 lower than the rest of the state, right? It's so hard to get people to work at restaurants, to work at the clothing stores on Main Street because they just don't pay enough and there's no parking and they have to commute. Who wants to do that? This is $10,000 less than the national average of 74,153. Park City, you got to pay your people more, highlighting the financial challenges faced by the local workforce. According to the Housing Resource Center, the housing crisis in Park City and Summit County is a pressing issue that demands attention. With skyrocketing home prices, and the new Mayflower Deer Valley expansion isn't helping things. The Winter Olympics isn't helping things. It's just going to make things more expensive. Plus, we have low inventory. Plus, builders can't build fast enough and they're not hitting their margins because land is so expensive that they can't buy the land because they won't hit their margins and make money. With skyrocketing home prices, lower owner occupied rates, and significant wage gap, urgent action is necessary to create a more equitable housing opportunities for residences. I'll never forget, I had this one client that texted me and was like, I need to find a cheap condo. And I was like, you're buying in the wrong area. Like, cheap condo doesn't exist here, my friend. Nothing cheap exists here, right? Like, you're not going to find a cheap condo. Like, you need a budget of like $2 million to actually get what you want majority of the time. I think most big ski towns, Aspen, Jackson, all these places, they all struggle with the exact same thing, and Tahoe struggles with it too. And so I want to know your thoughts. Hey, what's up? My name is Nicole Bowdle. I've lived here for 37 years. That's how I live here. And I am a local Park City resident. I'm a local Park City resident of 37 years, also a local real estate agent. If you wish to buy or sell, you're looking to buy a vacation property, that is who I help. So if you want to contact me, my information is always dropped down in the description link down below. Until next time.